Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks for joining us today. We are, as always, excited to be here and share some time with you. How are you doing today, Susan?
Pretty good. Waiting on the pins and the plates going to be put in my arm here. But yeah.
Can I just say, little known fact here. 2 years ago, I broke my wrist exactly in the same way that Susan did.
Why do I need to copy you? Why?
I don't know. I was very foolish. We fell the same way. When she called me, I was like, "Oh, let me tell you what's coming your way." So,
oh God, I dread.
But you know what? She's good. She's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. Your wrist will be as good as
no cartwheels for a couple weeks.
Well,
but yeah.
you know,
and
no
you know
handstands.
We're here to answer more of our fan questions. So, guys, make sure you keep submitting those. We love reading them, and we definitely love hearing back from you to see how things went. You know what to do. Just go to bachelornation.com/golden hour and submit away, because we're here to receive them and talk about them.
And let me just say, since Susan can't do much, she really wants to read your questions and contemplate her answers. So please do us all a favor and send and you know what? You can send us your questions, your updates. Send it to all of us. You'll be doing Susan a favor. You can also DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
All right. Okay. You ready, Kath? It's time to get into the episode. And we're going to start with the question of the day today.
Ooh. Okay.
When dating in your golden years, how important is it that you live in the same city, or what about the same state? How important is that when dating at our age? I mean, it's more convenient, I'll say.
I think it depends. I think it depends on how you meet the person. If you establish a relationship and you then are living far, like say somebody's in town and you spend 3 or 4 days with them and you're like, oh, I'd like to continue dating. I think long distance can work. But I think it's tough. It's more difficult.
More expensive.
It's more expensive. I don't know many relationships. You know, we've interviewed some young guys and women from the Bachelor series on our podcast who have said it's an issue. I think it is potentially an issue to get to the finish line. And by the finish line, I don't mean marriage. I just mean to solidify your relationship. I think it's hard.
But for you, I'm asking you, how important is it that he lives in the same state as you? Or
it's not important in the beginning. In the beginning.
Yes.
It would not be hard as long as I could fly there. And let's be clear, when I say as long as I could fly there, as long as he's flying me there.
I see.
But yeah, but I want more than just dating. So when you're asking me specifically, you know, I don't want to just date a guy in Seattle, you know, and see him, you know, 1 weekend a month. That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
I think it's more difficult. I got to tell you, though, I know a guy who said to me that if you're with a guy, you know, if you're dating him or a serious relationship, you need to move where he is. He said women need to move where the man
Why?
is. I don't know. I just tell you that's what he said.
Well, I would think who has the better area.
Well, I said to him similar. I said, well, wait a minute. You know, you've got a great job, whatever you're doing, whatever he does. And I said, let's just pretend I'm a trial attorney and I'm very successful and I'm only licensed in my state.
Well,
I can't. Well, then he
no-brainer.
folded. Then he said, well, if that were the case, then I would make it a priority to come to see you. And I said, okay, so I think it's more difficult. I think you can date long distance, but if you're asking me specifically, I want to see a guy more often. So if I really like a guy, I'm going to go.
I mean, it would be important. I think it's way easier to see each other, to have a relationship. But like you said, it can be done.
Would you move, Susan? Not
Yes.
generally. would you move to be with the guy you're dating?
Yes, as long as I can come back and see my family when I want. Yes.
Yeah. I think at our age, I think this is hard. I think it is difficult for people who are younger, maybe listening to our podcast, and we're so glad you are. But at our age, you have to understand that our
They
children
don't come.
are grown.
They're not all in the same city, Kat. There's nobody left here. That's
Well, that's for you. I have 2 children here and 2 grandchildren
no.
here.
I
and
meant men
Oh.
to date.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that.
We'd take them wherever we meet them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, our life now is an adventure. And if I
Yeah.
meet a guy that I'm interested in and he's interested in me and he says, hey,
You make it work.
come on out here and spend a couple of weeks with me. I'm gone. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going. And if that goes well, then I'm going to spend more time out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to come to see me more. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I
Like
do
I said,
think-
the only thing is it's a little easier when they're local, but it's not an end all, if they're not. You make it work.
Could you do it? But wait, how long could you date long distance? Because for me, there'd be an expiration date.
Before you moved in with one another, you mean? Or
Before we committed to each other in a way that one of us, we were either spending, much of the time together,
it would
or
depend
we
on
moved in.
who's retired and who's not.
Well, at our age, typically,
But if you date younger, they're still working.
but see, that's really easy. If I were dating a younger man, which I'm happy to do, by the way, and he's working, I'm going there because
Yeah.
I'm not working.
Right.
I mean, that's just no brainer,
It
isn't
can
it?
work. Like I said, it's just easier if he's around here, but it's not a deal breaker. Just
Do you think it's harder for younger people?
maybe because younger people have full-time positions, they can only do a weekend. And if it's far, if it's on the other side, like California or
Yeah.
wherever, that's a long flight to
Yeah.
do for a weekend.
Yeah. Some of our younger Bachelor Nation couples, I look at them,
Mhm.
one or both of them, they're influencers. They're not tied to a desk.
Right.
Or
They
a
can
job.
work from home.
They can
Yes.
work from home so they can travel around and
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
what they do.
It
But
depends.
I think for younger people who are building a career, if they're not working remote, it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So is all this conversation to say that you have found me the guy that wants to date me long distance? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Give me time, Kath. I'm working on it.
All right. All right.
All right.
We're going to get into our fan questions here.
Okay.
I'm going to read the first one. Let's go. Kyla writes, Susan and Kathy, you seem like so much fun and a friend that everyone would like to have. Well, thank
We
you,
are.
Kyla. We are. But we want you to be our friend too, Kyla. Okay. If I ever had the opportunity to meet you, I would talk to you about so many things. I guess my question would be, how do I build strong connections and a community around me like you have with Kathy and the other relationships you have built? Well, since she's directing at you, go, Susan. What do you think?
Okay, well, for starters, you need to be locked in a mansion.
No phones.
For weeks at a time with no phones and no contact with the outside world, and you get to know each other. I think it's more difficult out in the real world, but you start with a friendship, somebody that you enjoy their company, that makes you feel good to be around them, and you make them feel good, whether it's a joke or just being a positive person.
Yep.
People like being around us. We like
I
to
think,
joke.
Susan,
We-
yes, but you and I also, everyone thinks we just laugh and giggle all the time, which
Oh,
we do.
no, we have
but
heart
both
to
of us have
hearts.
our issues
Yeah.
with each other,
I
with
cry
our
to her
life.
a lot.
She cry, yeah, she does. I will say, and I'm there for her. But I will say, I think part of building a strong friendship is listening to the other person,
Mhm, very
not
important.
judging
Good
the other
point, Kat.
person,
Good
which
point.
something I've had to work on hard in my life. So,
Because
how
I
do you?
break the rules, and Kathy's not a rule breaker.
No,
so
no.
she's got
Excuse
to
me.
understand.
Wait, excuse me, Bachelor Nation. Susan doesn't break the rules. Susan shatters the
No,
rules.
I make my own rules.
and she leaves shattered glass everywhere she goes, and people have to dodge their
You know
steps.
what? You would like us. I hope you do get to meet us someday because we're fun. We are. And we have a serious side, though. We really do.
But I would say, Kyla, you know, in the activities that you're in, however you meet people, whoever it is, right? The friends that you have, spend the time listening to them, asking them. It's just like dating in a way.
And
don't you
asking
think,
them to
Susan?
do fun things with you as well.
Yeah, but asking them about themselves, it's like dating, right?
Yes.
Find out about them.
Don't ask too
People
many
want-
questions, but be interested in what they come from,
I think
right?
people, yes, but I think people want to feel heard and understood.
Mhm.
And whether you're dating or a friend. And so you need to, I mean, everyone knows Kathy
Kathy
asks
asks a lot.
way.
And some days I'll say, Kathy, no more
Yeah.
questions. Let's just talk about life.
Right. But I do ask a lot of questions because
You
that's how I integrate whatever into my brain is by asking
Yeah.
questions. So I would encourage you, Kyla, the people that you're friends with, spend time finding out what makes them tick and what you guys have in common, and what you don't have in common, because that's what builds friendships. You don't want to clone friendships. Someone to be exactly like you.
No. And you want to do fun things together, things that make you smile, you know? Maybe somebody likes comedy and you like comedy. You go or hear music, live music. It doesn't matter, but that's how you, and then that person, when they enjoy your company, is going to tell the next person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's.
And Kyla, if I'm being really honest, the reason Susan and I are such good friends, she does a hell of a job cutting my hair. And in fact,
cooking for her.
And cooking. But here's
and
the problem.
traveling on vacation.
What? All right. Here's the deal. Her broken wrist is really cramping my style right now.
Oh my
so
God, it's
I'm going to have
killing
to get
me.
my hair cut somewhere
I got to
else.
order out again. No. Okay. All right.
And that's
Kyla,
just,
thanks
that's
for
just,
writing.
that's just business as usual for me, ordering out. All right.
And you know what? Just be you, be real, and people will know. You're good people.
Yep. I agree.
Let's talk about sex. Actually, let's talk about pregnancy prevention. There are a lot of birth control options out there. You might have even tried a bunch. Have you heard of Nexplanon? Etnogestrel implant 68 milligram radiopaque. It's a prescription birth control for the prevention of pregnancy in women. When thinking about the right birth control for you, learn about your options. You may not want to take one daily or have one that goes in your uterus. Nexplanon is the birth control implant that goes in your arm. Don't use Nexplanon if you're pregnant or may be pregnant, have or had blood clots or certain cancers, have liver disease, liver tumor, or unexplained vaginal bleeding. Once the implant is placed, you and your doctor should feel for it. If at any time you can't feel the implant, contact your doctor V or STD.
Lexus measures swimming in Nevada.
There are a lot of extreme ways to try to be
Gravity and can help you feel like your best self, to lingerie styles and endless choices of colors to fit every and panty sets for as low.
All so excited. However, I am. Okay, Kathy, ready for the next one? This
We are.
one's
Let's
from
go.
Michelle. Hi, Kathy and Susan. I so love listening to you ladies on my way to work. My daughter is getting married this fall, and we are all so excited. However, I am so stressed out on what to wear. I don't even know where to start. I am 62, and my younger years, I could whip an outfit together and feel fabulous, but not anymore. I don't want a typical mother of the bride look. I don't blame you. My body has changed so much and just want to feel good. Where do I shop? This one probably is for Susan, LOL. Yes,
Excuse me.
dear.
Excuse me, Michelle. I would like to tell you exactly where to shop, but I'm going to defer to Susan.
In Susan's closet. I wish I had the money for the things I
okay,
bought. No.
wait. I actually can take a stab at this because she's more like me than you, right?
Go.
So Susan is a great shopper, Michelle. But let me tell you, Susan's and Nancy, other people have helped me learn how to shop. Here's what the first thing you do: you decide what styles. You're going to be so proud of me, Susan. You decide what looks good on you, what colors look good on you, what styles and shapes.
So you have a plan.
Of what colors and what profile looks good on you. And you start with that. Then get online and go to different department stores and just scroll looking at those profiles that you think look good on you.
Pause, Kathy,
Now, Susan,
because
take
this
over.
is what I make her do sometimes.
Oh, I
Because
hate
I
it.
don't like doing this. Oh my God, I'll be here forever. Go on.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm just trying to hate it. Because here's the thing, Michelle, I'm right with you. I say to Susan all the time, I don't know what looks good on me. I have to try it on. And Susan's like, no.
No, certain styles I already know, but you're right, Kathy. You do need to put something on. Something sometimes that you don't think is all that, and you put it on, it looks, or quite the opposite. Wow, look at that. And you put it on, oh dear God.
Take it off.
Just
Take it
no.
off.
Get it off.
Okay, so give her some advice, because that's my advice is you've taught me to go online, look at profiles and styles and colors that I like. And it's still hard, Michelle, because, then it's like, do I order a 4, a 6, or an 8? Because I've worn all 3 sizes, and there's that issue too. But
And,
go ahead,
and it
Susan.
depends on your body shape, what is going to look best on you. I mean, there are people out there you could actually hire your stylist to dress. Nordstrom's, I know, they always have stylists that you go ask a professional, and so does Neiman Marcus. But when I tell you I can shop
Does
at
Target?
Walmart,
Wait, does Target have one?
Walmart and Neiman Marcus in the same day, it doesn't matter to me. And I'll wear both garments at the same time, and it looks fabulous together. So it's not only about how much you're spending. It's not.
Oh, it never is. And in fact,
Marshalls, you can find things in Marshalls now, not
But-
for a wedding, maybe.
yes, you can, but I get overwhelmed. Here's the thing, Michelle, and I totally get you. You get overwhelmed. Susan, I have shopped with Susan so many times. We'll walk into a store.
Oh, this is
Susan
good.
is like a buzzard. She just
I
flies
walk
like
right
it's
through
like-
and tell you if we're
she's like a
staying or
turkey
not.
hawk. She sees and she just goes zoom and decides and yanks stuff off the hanger. I'm like
Or
still
else,
on the
Kathy, or I'll say, nope, not here. Let's go.
yeah. But it's difficult for people like us, Michelle, you and I. It doesn't come naturally to us, but I can go out and run 6 miles and Susan can't. So we all have our
But
strengths.
no, it's not that way, because she said back when she was younger, she could whip together an outfit really easy. I also I never would want to look like when you Google Mother of the Bride. Oh dear God.
No.
You can go to those dress stores that are for proms and bar mitzvahs and whatever. They have so many different styles, and that's the person you say, okay, I am the mother of the bride. However, I don't want to look like the mother of the bride. I want to
Right.
look good. I want to feel good, and
Right.
they'll help you.
Yeah.
If not,
I
call
will
me,
say-
write me, DM me,
call
and
Susan,
I'll.
but I will say one other thing Susan has taught me, which I hate trying on clothes. I really do hate shopping.
You
I hate
must.
cooking and shopping. I don't know what guy wouldn't want me. Anyway, Susan has talked me into trying on
You
things.
have to.
Even if I don't think, like if I like the colors, something attracts me to it, but then I look at it and go, oh no, this wouldn't look good on me. Susan will always say, try it. And I have bought things. One of the dresses I wore to a Bachelor Nation function, actually,
The black and
Michelle,
rhinestone
it-
one. from
no,
Bloomies?
well, that one too. But this was a sparkly copper dress that I wouldn't have tried on in a month of Sundays. And Susan said, no, try it on, try it on. And I loved it, and it looked great on me, and I got so many compliments. So my
You
other
never know.
you never know. My other suggestion, Michelle, is if you have a daughter, I take my daughter sometimes with me, take a friend and say, help me pick out some things to try on, because it can be very overwhelming.
Or DM me. What state do you live in, love? Because I'll take
I swear
you.
to God, Susan will shop for you. She
I
will.
will do it. I will
She'll do it. With her broken wrist, she will shop for
Doesn't
you.
matter.
She-
It doesn't
it's-
matter.
she just
I
does.
enjoy it. I enjoy making people feel good about themselves. Say somebody's really hippie, you know what I mean? Like wide on the bottom. What is that? A pear shape or something? Then you're not going to get something that's so fitted on the bottom and makes your top look invisible. You want something to complement and accent your good parts. And you're right, Kathy. Sometimes color is an amazing change in whatever it is. You feel good in it. But
I don't know. I'm with you, Michelle. It's brutal. But let us know. Send us pictures. We'd
Yes, send me a
love to
picture
see.
and I'll
And
tell you.
congratulations, by the way, on
I
the
know.
upcoming wedding of your daughter. All right.
So
Here's the
excited.
next one from M.
Okay.
which, by the way, if your name is Emily, my sister's name is Emily, and we called her Em. So I don't know. Maybe it's my sister writing this in. Hi, Kathy and Susan. I love your podcast and advice. I was curious how much of an age difference is too much. I am talking to a guy who is 26 and I am 20. Obviously, that can be two very different stages of life. Although I live a life different from most 20-year-olds and have finished college and work full-time. Whoa. Do you think this is an issue or could it work out? So far, it has been going great, but interested to see what you guys think.
20 and 26.
He's 6 years older than she is.
So
Well, she's
men
20.
mature way slower than women.
I was married at 20, Susan, so I can't.
even imagine.
I would say to you, you seem perceptive, that you
She's
realize that
finished
you could be at
college.
two different stages of life, but you also seem responsible and mature because you have finished college and you work full time at 20. Most 20-year-olds are getting drunk on 6th Street and partying hardy. So, you don't seem like a 20-year-old.
I don't think it's a big deal at all. I
Well,
really don't.
I think she said, do you think this is an issue?
No.
It could be an issue. And could it work out? Absolutely. The only way you're going to know is
Try.
keep dating him, see how it goes.
Mhm.
I mean,
I wonder if she's wondering if he thinks 20 is too young. You know what I mean? And that she's
could be.
sharing that. It could be, but I wouldn't worry
I don't
about
know.
it. If you're
I
both
think she's insecure. It says
act like
so far it's
adults
been
and-
going great.
Yeah. Keep
So,
it going great.
Keep it going.
Who cares? It's a number. It's
You know
a
what, Susan?
number.
Your lips to God's ears.
It's a number.
It can be a number and it can be real. I think Em
How
is
about
right.
54 and 68?
I don't know. Would you date someone 54?
Yes, I would.
Well, there you go. All right. So I think it's individual. If it's working, you know what? God bless you. I'm so happy you found your guy. And maybe he's not your permanent forever guy. Maybe he is. You're
Well, that's-
only going to know. by
That's a good
dating
point, Kathy, because you're 20 and he's 26. I don't want to say the odds because, like you got married at 20 and had a wonderful marriage. I don't know that it's a forever person. You know what I mean? At that age, because you change and you're maturing in your
Yeah.
20s. And
Yeah.
in your 30s, you're a little more level-headed or settled about what it is you want and what kind of life
Right.
you want with your partner. So,
Right.
but I wouldn't change a thing. Just see what happens.
Yeah. I think, you know what, don't rush it, Em. You're 20. Enjoy the moment you're in. Enjoy the time you guys have together. See where it goes. And by the way, at the top of this podcast, Em, where we always say write in and let us know. We
You
were
better.
talking to you, Em.
You
We're talking
better.
to you. Let us know how it goes.
Thanks for sharing too. All right. The next one is from Melissa. Hi, Kathy and Susan. I love the podcast and wanted some advice about a friend of mine. In March of this year, me and my 4 best friends planned a girls' trip to Miami for 4 days. We paid for the flights and the Airbnb already. A couple of weeks after we planned the trip, one of my friends lost their mom suddenly. The 4 of us have given her so much love and support and are helping her get through this tough time. She recently brought up not wanting to go on the trip anymore because she doesn't want to burden us if she suddenly became sad and won't have a safe place to go if we're out and about. I told her that we would be there for her no matter what, but she won't budge and wants to be refunded for her part of the Airbnb. Should we try and help her come on the girls' trip because it won't be the same without her, or let her stay home and grieve her mom?
Can I say, you don't get, I love you, Melissa. You sound like a wonderful group of ladies, of girls. You don't get to let her do anything. I am talking as a woman who grieved the loss of her husband. I've lost my mom in the last year and a half. I lost my dad. You don't get to write the rules, Melissa. I hate to tell you, you have to let her grieve any way she wants. Do you have to refund the money? No. Is it the kind, generous thing to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, yes.
All of you and your girlfriend should say to her, you know what? We want you to come. We hope you'll change your mind, but we will happily refund your money. But work on her to come. But
Well,
you,
Kathy, one of the things she says, I won't have a safe place to go if I become sad. What does that mean?
it just means, Susan, grief is it's not linear. You don't know when you're going to feel grief
Well,
and
I
how it's going to hit
understand
you.
that, but
well,
why
that's
not
what she's saying.
A safe place to go.
because
You go back to the place.
maybe she's I don't know. We don't have enough information. But I know when my husband first died, I would break down in public places. I was embarrassed. I felt
And you know
awkward.
what? I, as your friend, if that happened, would leave the function and go be with you and talk it out, get it out, let you
yeah,
cry.
but
Do-do-do.
but I'm saying in the moment,
Yeah.
in the moment, all you can think about is, I don't want other people to see it. It's my private grief. I mean, that's how I felt. I can't speak for Melissa's friend,
Right.
but I think in this case, you have to let her, quote unquote. It is her life. It is her grief. It is her journey through this grief.
I wonder
um,
how long of a time.
She's just said lost their mom suddenly. So I'm guessing it's
Yeah.
recent because they just planned the trip.
Right. But I also agree with what she says. Should we try and help her come on the girls' trip because it won't be the same without her? I would share those exact
Yes.
words.
But
We
yes,
don't care if you have a meltdown. We're here for you.
Yes.
You'll be better in our company and cry it out. We're here to hug you. It doesn't
Yep.
matter for us. We love you.
Yes, but I 100% agree with what you just said, which is scary that I'm 100% agreeing with you.
I love
But-
it when that happens.
Don't hold your breath. It's not happening again for the next 10 minutes at least. But do you agree, Susan, that they have to
Honor what
respect
her thought.
her
Yeah.
journey
Yeah.
through this grief is?
Yes.
But
But, you know,
I'm
for
with
me,
you, Susan. I
Sometimes
hope,
you might feel guilty, like, oh God, I don't want to ruin it. I'm just not happy. I don't want to go. But sometimes it's the best thing to do.
But I mean, I can tell you, I couldn't function. I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't want people to see me. I mean, I understand what she's saying.
When your husband died, you mean?
Oh my God,
I
Susan,
can imagine that. But this
I
is
couldn't-
her
I
mom,
can't even-
and that's what happens.
and yeah, I mean, I couldn't, I'm guessing this mom was relatively young. I mean, my mom just passed away a year and a half ago, who I loved with all my heart, but she was 96. And she was
Right.
96.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this young girl's trip, I'm guessing this mom died suddenly
Yeah.
at a younger age.
Yes,
and so
that's
that
what-
is very,
You're not prepared.
very
Yes.
different. You're not
It is
prepared.
difficult.
So
Melissa, you are a good friend to
Yeah,
write
I was
us
just
and
gonna
ask
say
us
that.
this.
you
have
are a good friend, Melissa.
a kind heart, but do try to encourage her, but accept what she decides.
And you
yes,
know what?
you guys have to cough up a little more money.
Yeah, exactly.
only right.
But you know what? Regardless of what happens, Melissa, whether she comes or not, go have a good time, celebrate your friendships, because as Susan and I can tell you, good friendships like that don't come around that often. So,
That's right.
pray for your friend if she doesn't come, but go and enjoy your time with your friends, because that just doesn't come around that often.
No, it doesn't. And appreciate it.
Let's talk about sex. Actually, let's talk about pregnancy preventing vaginal relief. Cause heart attack, stroke, or death, especially if
Family.
4 minutes to kill in the pharmacy.
All my parents. Now with Blowout.
they have it all. Fit different mood.
It's game time.
Okay. It's my favorite.
Now to shop styles from comfortable to sexy in over 67 sizes.
Okay, Kathy, it's game time.
Okay. It's my favorite.
Oh, God, would you rather? Here we go. We're going to switch off reading the prompt and both say which we'd rather do and why. Okay, I'm going to start with,
Okay.
would you rather have a passionate, once-in-a-lifetime romance that ends in heartbreak, or a steady, loving partnership that lacks excitement?
You answer that one. I don't like the one that says lacks excitement because
know.
what does that mean? You're not jumping out of airplanes?
If you have
You know,
to choose, I mean,
I don't want to choose. Wait, Susan, we live in a democratic society. You and I have free will. We don't have to pick. We can say we would rather have a passionate, once in a lifetime romance
that
lasts
lasts
forever.
I
you know
honestly, a loving partnership that lacks.
okay, wait. I can make this work. Wait, Susan, I can make this work.
All right.
You and
reword
I
it.
are, here's how it's going to work. You and I are each going to find the man that we have a passionate, once in a lifetime romance that ends in heartbreak one day before we die. Done. Got that one figured out.
Yeah.
Moving on. Here we go to the next one.
Yeah, do.
Would you rather suddenly lose all your cherished memories but keep your personality intact, or keep all your memories but have your personality completely change?
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
What's your answer?
I want my personality to stay just like it is.
Isn't that funny? I'm exactly the same. So all the
Again, we're
fires.
in agreement. What
I
is
know.
there a full moon out
I don't
there? Or
know.
something?
I don't know. Jesus, I'm gonna have to get some vodka out here or something. Wait, can I just say, all the fires that were recently, all the devastation in California,
Yes.
that gave me honestly great. First of all, my heart went out to all the people, and it's just I
Same.
can't even imagine.
Yep.
But at a very superficial level, I sat there thinking, Kathy,
All
what
their
would you
stuff,
take?
Yes.
You know what I thought? I didn't care about any of my stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that
do it
awful?
again.
I
No,
just
it's
care
not
about my
awful.
kids. I would take my passport, like I have all those papers together. But in terms of things, I just don't care.
No. Just be
Are you the same or no?
Yes, I would just be me. I mean, I would be devastated, of course, but I don't want to change who I am. Yeah. All right. Would you rather relive your most embarrassing moment once a month for the rest of your life, or have a stranger randomly bring it up in conversation once a year?
Oh, that's easy. I'd have a random stranger bring it up in conversation once a year. I'd be drunk or high, and I wouldn't give a shit what they said.
Ditto.
That was easy.
That was a real easy one.
All right.
Would you rather have all your text and emails from the last 20 years leaked to the public, or have every thought you've ever had about others spoken out loud?
You know what? This question I actually like.
I don't like this game. It's a new second game. No.
Well, wait
no,
a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Wait, there is a lesson in this.
Please tell me what it is.
Here is the lesson. When I taught 8th grade speech and communications, I taught the kids this. You can say whatever you want to say. When you put something in writing on the internet, in a text, an email, it lives on
sending naked pictures, you never know where they're going to
It lives on in perpetuity. And they were like, "Perpa, what?" I said, "It means it lives forever. Someone always has access to that. So be careful what you write. Be careful what you say." So in my case, I would rather have all my texts and emails because I'm very careful about what I write.
And she's so perfect. Punctuations, grammar.
I was an
you
English
know when
major.
to say me or I.
Oh, it drives me nuts. One's an object.
Yeah, I
and
think
one's
I
a
would have
subject.
to agree with you because I don't think I send emails like. All right,
every
moving
thought
along.
I've ever had. Wait, every thought I've ever had, I would be locked up.
We'd be going to prison with no razors.
Yeah,
We'd have long
exactly.
hair and bushy eyebrows.
Oh God, Susan, that would be Susan in
No, I
prison. Let me
can't.
just say, Susan in prison would be saying, "What date is the hair salon? What day do we get our hair done? I need my nails done. I broke a nail. What day is the nail tech coming?" And I'd be
need
like,
some grooming.
and you know what I'd be saying?
I need
Can I
some
please
grooming."
get out and run 6 miles? I'm losing my mind. It's true. That's exactly how it would be. All right. Would you
would
rather?
you rather?
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
Would you rather discover that your entire family secretly hates your parties, or that they have a secret group chat dedicated to discussing your love life?
Oh, that's easy for me. My
Hate my
entire
parties,
family can
don't
hate
come.
my parties because I don't have them.
Don't come if you don't like them. But no,
Yeah, I
don't
mean-
be talking about my love life.
Well, can I just tell you,
Yeah.
my kids have talked about when I've dated guys. They have.
Oh yeah, my sons
you
get
know-
on my case. Mom,
Yeah, who
seriously, you went out with him? I go, Christopher.
We don't care. We're living our best life. All right.
Okay.
Would you rather have your deepest? Ooh, I like this one.
Okay.
Would you rather have your deepest secret turned into a best-selling novel that everyone knows is about you, or have a terrible rumor about you spread that you can never prove is false? Oh, I want the book because
I
I'm
want
doing the book tour.
big time,
I'm
'cause
getting
I'm going to
paid.
make money on it. You're going to embarrass me.
Susan,
Okay, bring
we've
it on,
agreed
bitches.
again. No, I've
It
also
has
wait.
to be a full moon.
Wait, can I just tell you? I've often said this. This is true. And they're all dead, so they can't say it. So my mother, grew up in a very abusive family, and my life was like Mommy Dearest, Joan Crawford's story. Truly. I remember I was like, why does she get to make all, like I had the same life? Well, because I'm not famous. But okay, if anyone wants to write a story about me, I am in. I'll give you all the dirty details as long as I'm paid up front for this story.
Bestsellers.
Bestseller.
Bestseller. So
And
that's
then I want a movie made,
We
and I
like
want to
this
star
one,
in it.
okay? We like this one.
I want to star in the movie, Susan, that they make from the book. All right, go.
Okay. Would you rather find out your best friend stole from you years ago and never told you, or that they secretly sabotaged a relationship you had because they didn't approve?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Yeah, what is it?
If they stole something from me that was $10 or less,
But there's no amount.
I mean,
I think I would rather they stole than they ruined a relationship.
but see, I'm too logical. If the relationship were meant to be, they couldn't sabotage it.
Oh, God, Kath, really? Just do the question like it is. Like, really pretend, will you please? Why do you have to be
Okay, wait, Susan. Could I please have the
Oh, this was
relationship?
fun.
Can we have the
me
relationship?
guessing what
Wait.
Kathy's going to say.
I need the relationship to see whether I want you to sabotage it. That's the answer to my question.
We're still on the book. We like the book.
And the movie,
The bestseller. Mm-hmm.
and we want royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! And we want royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! A whole new life, Susan, for us. Our life story. Who wants
Well,
to write it?
This has absolutely been a trip today. I hope you guys enjoyed it like we did. And maybe you could answer some of those questions that we just asked. Write us in and let us know what
let
your
us know your answers.
because they were hard.
And while you're answering those questions, please follow us on Bachelor Happy Hour, because you know what? We do this all the time, weeks on end. We have
You
new
just never
episodes
know.
coming. You don't want to miss them. You learn little things about us, little tidbits about us.
But my curiosity is up. I want to know what other people, how they would answer that question. I'm curious.
About
curious.
all the
Any of those
questions?
questions we just said. Any of
Okay.
them. I want to know what people think.
Write
And
us
you know,
in.
You
We
know
will
how to do
answer.
it. You just
Yep.
got to submit your questions or your answers to those questions.
Or your comments.
And all you have to do is go to bachelornation.com/golden hour. And you know the new one, DM us on Instagram at Bachelor Happy Hour.
Okay, it's time for us to go. I have to go meet with an agent about my best-selling novel that's about to come out about my life.
I'm getting
Stay tuned.
my
It's coming
costumes
out.
for the movie.
That's right. It's all going to happen. In the meantime,
Thanks again.
listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Everybody have a great week.
Ciao.